Hey everyone, today I just want to do another sit down, and I just got through filming my cut crease eyeshadow, so if you'd like to see that, I will link that in the description below. But I'm going to go over how I apply false eyelashes. This is for the beginner. This is some very useful tips and tricks that I started to do that made me feel more confident about using false eyelashes. And some of the best places to get false eyelashes, believe it or not, the Dollar Tree. For $1.25, I picked up these aqua lashes. These have a heavy band, so if that's something you might not be familiar with on how to use, so I do have a recommendation that's always in the description box in my videos, is the Alexis pack of black with a thin band 6-pack running for under, I believe this 6-pack runs about $7 on Shop Miss A. Shop Miss A is a company out of Texas, and it is dollar store prices, but makeup that is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not substantial. What's the look? I might have to cut this video. Quality. That's the word, quality. It's still quality products at dollar store prices, and that's why I always recommend it. I've been ordering from them for about 4 or 5 years now, and I've never had an issue. That's where I get all of my brushes and my brush sets. They run about $12, so if that's something, you can always check it out. I do always have my brush sets and my eyelash recommendation in the description, so I'll also keep on linking that below. Now, if you are not familiar with lashes and how to apply them, there's no need to feel intimidated, because we have all been there and we are always learning and always honing a skill. But I would start with a thin band, a clear band. They feel more comfortable, and they also usually don't hold very heavy lashes, so you'll get a more of a natural look, and that'll get you used to using them. But today I'm going to go in with a heavier band, and this is one that I have actually cleaned off. I'm going to be reusing it because I wanted you to see here that it has the heavy thick band and how you can achieve a look and get rid of that, because after you clean them, sometimes some of the lashes go from it and go missing. But this here is a clean pair with a little bit missing, and how you can reuse, but they're still in great shape. I reuse lashes about 3 times if I can get away with it, and these are a pair of used ones that we're going to use today. And also I have a tutorial about how to clean your lashes so you can get more use out of them, because let's face it, anywhere a set of eyelashes like this by Kiss, these are Ardell, can run $8, $9. I know it's insane, but there's ways around that and ways to save yourself money. So first things first, what do you need to know about lashes is that you need to actually match them. Okay, so first thing I always do is, once I take one out of the package, I always set it to where I can see and set it down in front of me that this is the left and this is my right. And so what I want to do, instead of peeling back and forth, peeling this way, it is best to kind of break that seal in the middle. Now these have been pushed off before, but you don't want to pull because you can distort the band. But these have been pulled off before, so it's a little bit more forgiving as I struggle, right? That's how it goes. I could do this all day long until I get on camera. That's just the way that goes. Alright, pulling these off. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't think these are as clean as I thought they were. I might be using the other ones. But you want to match it up. Okay, so you want to lay that on the eye. Let me move in a little bit closer. You want to lay that on the eye, starting with the center. And see where you need possibly to clean things up and to cut. I usually don't have an issue with the length of eyelashes. They usually fit. And you don't necessarily have to go in all the way toward the center. You can wear half eyelashes. Alright, so I also take my lashes and then I bend them just for a few seconds to give it more of a shape instead of just straight across. And with heavier bands, you could tell the difference when you do bend that and go in. And so let's see, I do like the way it goes all the way across and it fits into the inner corner. So I like that part about it, and I don't need to cut anything off of these, but it's okay to go through and cut. I am going to cut a little bit off of this band here on this last one. As you can see, it's sticking out and there's a stray here. So I'm going to go in, remove these gently, and just take a pair of scissors and cut off that you do not need. So that took care of the stray and also the piece of band that was very heavy. Now, one thing about bands that are heavier, you may need to go in and put a line to cover up or to bring to the outer or the inner corner, because some bands, it just depends on the quality of your lashes. But if you're wanting to practice and you need to pick up a cheaper pair, that's okay too. You can go ahead and put a line through up under the waterline, and it will cover up the band, the spaces in the light bands, or it will actually extend the look of the band. Now, once that you have clipped your bands and whatever bands that you're using, and you have bent the lash a little bit, I'm going in with my recommended Alexis set, because I think if you're here and you're looking for a tutorial to use about lashes, and I think you might be interested in picking these up, something with a lighter band to start will help. So I'm using the Alexis set of 6, and this is also a band that's been cleaned and used. And what I like to do is go in with my Lash Glue as soon as I find it. So I'm using the Duo Lash Glue in white. It's a tube that lasts a long time, and what I think most people, and this is where I made most of my mistakes, is taking this and just trying to get that glue using the tube. Get you a brush, a small little brush, and just go in on each side and then start to brush your band. This is going to stop that gunky, heavy feeling. Make sure you go from the tip all the way to each end. And very little amount does go a long way with false eyelashes. And what I like to do is give it a few minutes. See me in my tutorials doing this, and it's just so that glue gets a little bit more tacky. And you could go in with tweezers. I'll do that today, but be mindful about the tools that you're using around your eyes. I just find it a lot easier for me to use my fingers because I'm so used to that. And what I want to do is grab it in the center, and just like your eye is curved, it's not naturally round when it comes to the outer area. It's going to lift the center of your lid. So that's where I like to place my eyelash first. It's right at the center, and I do cut whatever I need off and curl. And what I do here is, this gives me an opportunity to move it around. And I push the inner corner in. I gotta go in with my hands. I'm sorry. Got to go in with my hands. Glue in the center, and then I go in and I get that inner corner set first. And if I like it, I go ahead and I just tap the outer and pull it down. I do not recurl my lashes after I have a set on, and then I take the edge and just press that where I can feel the pressure. This will make sure that the entire band is down. It still gives you a couple more opportunities to make that fit. Now I go in and I make sure that my eyelashes are curled and have a coat of mascara so they don't look separated. And that will set it. If you have any that come up, that's why using the brush, you can move the brush up underneath and tap it like I'm doing with this one. And then you can push it back in to the skin on the eyelid. And that will flatten it out. And you can see that this is a clear band, but it does have a little bit of mascara and eyeliner on it because it's used. Don't recommend you using eyelashes that are not clean, but I know exactly what I can get away with at this point because I'm about to take them off, and I also treat my eyes. Another thing that people do not discuss, I don't think enough, is eye care. We're putting a lot of product around our eyelashes, and our eyelashes have these pores up in the water area, and I had an issue around the time of COVID. I was doing a look and I took a eyeliner pencil and I moved that up into the eyelash and I clogged a pore, which gave me a sty. This thing was so bad between that and wearing the mask and breathing in that air coming up right here. It just created a breeding ground for bacteria, and it took me about 3 months to completely get rid of this eye sty, and that pore is forever compromised. That pore is forever compromised. And so what I have to do is, and I do this after a couple of makeup looks, especially when the eye area makeup has gotten heavy and I've used eyelash glue or liner, is I just take a warm eye pack, heat it up in the microwave a few seconds, give yourself about 10 minutes, and this will always keep the grease and the oils that are in the pores from clogging. So if you're going to start doing that, do eye care as well. And I'm just bending these a little bit, and then I'm brushing on. I talked too long. Told you, I am so long-winded. I swear, some of my friends, when I quit talking for a few seconds, they think something's wrong with me. You know who you are. But I'm going in and brushing lightly. I think I got enough. There we go. And going in with my fingers. And I'm setting this in the center to start. Right above that lash. Go in and I get it pulled. Don't worry about the white glue. Just worry about getting it in as close as you need it to be and matching the other side. So I'm going to pull it. It matches a little bit better. And then I'm going to take this edge here, get that set, hold it for a few seconds, and then bring that band down. And that one needs to come down a little bit more. And there it is in place. It'll take a few minutes for it to dry. You may need to hold it in place. But also another thing that will help is if you go in and you make sure that your fingers are clean of any adhesives, because once you touch this outer and you want to pull it, you got a perfect fit, whatever's left will pull it off. I've done that so many times, it's not even funny. And see, it stays a little tacky. You can still move it around. You want it to be tacky enough that you can bring that down. And if you have to, and you can curl them a little bit more. I tend to not do that. But if you're going to, you make sure that your curler is clean. And it's hard to get the whole lash in. But I'll just tap it just a little bit. Raise it. Show you that it can be done. It doesn't hurt anything. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know this is a little bit different and random, and then I rambled, and but I don't want you to be worried about it. I want you to have fun, and the more you do it, the more you'll get familiar and comfortable, and I think it's a great way to add to any look. And I'd wear this to the grocery store because I am a makeup junkie. I'm telling you right now, makeup junkie. You should see, and I might have to do a tour about what's in my drawers, because I got like a conservative number would be like 50 palettes, 30 mascaras, you know. So, and that one's in place as well. And I make sure that I cannot see any more of that white. You can pick up Duo eyelash glue in black, but this one's just goes more versatile, and it clears and it dries clear. The other is the brush you see me use that comes from Shop Miss A. It's got a small little brush. It stops you from having to do this, but this is easier to find. This is probably closer to you, and so is this brush, a brush like it. So I thought if you want to get started right now, right away, you could pick up some eyelash glue, a brush, and some eyelashes at the Dollar Tree. Spend less than $5. And go ahead and start practicing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit, just hanging out with all my little tchotchkes in the background. But I have something a little bit more fantasy makeup look a little bit later on. And if you like to see sneak peeks, behind the scenes footage of my next look, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the polls, because I did poll everyone to see what they had problems with concepts, with Halloween or horror makeup, or was it cut creases. And both votes were for cut creases and concepts. So I do try to address the issues that you need help with the most. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again. Bye.